Having a baby is such an exciting time. There is so much to organise and a relatively short amount of time to do it. Things like setting up the nursery, buying clothes and furniture spring to mind. And surprisingly, many people overlook how a new baby is going to affect their pets. Their routine, their lifestyle and their environment will be affected, so it's essential that we plan well in advance. You also need to consider who else will be looking after your baby. With more and more mothers heading back to the workforce, it's essential that all babysitters prepare their pets as well. Throughout this program, we'll provide you with some knowledge and basic strategies to help your pet and your baby become wonderful friends. Our pets are creatures of habit and they thrive on routine. Therefore, it's important to make any changes to this routine as early in your pregnancy as possible. That way, they won't associate any sudden change with the arrival of a new baby. A home environment is a good place to start. Set up the nursery nice and early so your pets have plenty of time to become familiar with it. Let them have a good look around, a sniff, and explore the new furniture. There may be areas you might want to establish as a pet-free zone. You may need to consider a physical barrier to ensure that they're secure. Gates suitable for dogs are available at most baby equipment outlets and larger retail stores. Many cats have the ability to jump over these gates, so you may wish to consider adapting a fly screen door for indoor use. If you're changing your pet's sleeping arrangements, for example, you're moving your pet out of your bedroom, the new area needs to be as inviting and exciting as possible, so make sure you provide them with an enriched environment with lots of things to do. It's also an ideal time to get your pets ready for the new smells and noises they may experience. Apply baby creams and lotions to yourself and allow your pets to smell them. Give them lots of affirmation so they associate the smells with positive experiences. I recommend you familiarise your pets with sounds such as a baby crying. You can download the sounds of a baby crying from our website and play them softly while positively affirming your pet. As your pet becomes more comfortable, slowly raise the volume. It may take a couple of weeks for your pets to be comfortable with the baby sounds, but be patient and remember to reaffirm your pets through the process. Don't forget the car either. If you intend to travel with your pets, make sure you plan where you're going to place your pet in relation to the baby. If there's not a physical barrier, locate the child restraint on one side and harness your dog or cat carrier on the other. If your dog is not used to travelling in a harness, practice well before the baby arrives. Time's also another important consideration in your planning. If mum spends lots of time with the pets, then you may need to consider your partner taking more responsibility for the exercise and feeding duties. The baby will take a large percentage of your time. Make sure your dog is comfortable walking on leash beside an empty pram. You may need to practice this a few times, and remember, never tie the leash to the pram. It's also a great idea to make sure that your pets get used to spending time away from you even when you're at home. We don't want our pets associating that they are spending time away from you because of the baby. If you have a cat, it's really important your partner takes over cleaning the litter tray while you are pregnant. Many of you will have already heard about toxoplasmosis. This is a parasite that can be passed in cat feces and can be harmful to an unborn baby. Make sure your litter trays are cleaned at the start and end of each day. This will stop the feces from becoming infectious. Now, neighbouring cats may be using your garden as their litter tray, so wear gloves if you're doing the gardening and make sure you thoroughly wash your hands after handling any cat. It's also a good idea to get your annual vet checkup out of the way. This is an ideal time to ensure your pets are fit and healthy. Talk to your vet about appropriate worming and flea products, and you may also wish to discuss any behavioural issues or the advantages of desexing. Don't forget to plan for your hospital stay because you may both be away from home for a couple of days. Organising family or friends to help is one option, and personally I think it's important to try and keep their routine as normal as possible. But you may need to consider them being cared for by a boarding establishment. While most dogs are comfortable in this environment, you may want to practice run with your cat as they may not enjoy the experience the first time round. Well, there certainly is a lot to take into consideration. Sit down with your partner and discuss any changes that need to be made. And I think it's a great idea to have a pet plan so nothing is left to chance. And make sure you stock your cupboard full of pet food, because that's the last thing you need to worry about. Now that we have environment under control, let's have a look at your pet's behaviour. There's every chance that your dog or cat may have picked up some bad habits while they were your substitute children, and as a result there may be some behaviours you need to modify. Basic obedience is always a good starting point for dogs. Being able to comply with simple commands such as sit, drop and stay, and the ability to walk comfortably beside you on a relaxed lead are great starting points. You may wish to modify your pet's sleeping arrangements. This is particularly important if they're used to sleeping on your bed. Training them to stay on a mat or bed is a great way of stopping them from climbing on the furniture. Rewarding and praising your pets while they're on their mat helps them to associate good things with it. Some dogs are enthusiastic jumpers, and you certainly don't want mum and baby falling or being knocked over. If your dog jumps up, an ideal way to discourage it is to fold your arms and turn away. Completely ignore your dog until he is calm and quiet. Then ask him to sit and reward him with praise and a treat while all 4 feet of his are planted on the ground. Now I find that men in particular love to play rough with their pets. It's fun and it can be very entertaining, but it's also potentially dangerous, as our dogs and cats don't know when that kind of behaviour is acceptable. You'll run the risk of your pet playing inappropriately with your child, particularly when they reach the toddler stage. When playing, you need to ask yourself, would I like my cat or dog responding to my child the same way it's responding to me? If the answer is no, then stop and modify the behaviour. There are very few overnight wonders when it comes to behaviour modification. The key is to be patient, consistent, and always reward the positive. Training is best done in small chunks over a sustained period of time. Well, the big day has finally arrived and Mum and Bub are both healthy. Well, you've done your preparation, you looked after the environment, you've done some training with your pets, and you've been to the vet. Well, there's just one more bit of preparation that needs to be done, and that's a job for your partner. Take home a piece of clothing that the baby has been wearing and allow your pet to smell it. And remember to praise quietly for success. It's finally time to bring baby home, and ideally mum should greet the pets prior to introducing the baby. Remember, mum, you are going to look and smell differently, so give them and yourself the chance to get reacquainted. Allow everything to settle at home prior to making the formal introductions. Dogs are very social and will be more than likely very keen to say hello to the new addition. With mum and baby comfortably sitting down, get your partner to bring the dog in on the leash. Having it relaxed and on lead will ensure that you have total control over this first meeting. Dogs will more than likely want to have a smell. Remember to affirm them so that they see the baby as a positive experience. If you feel comfortable, you can unwrap the baby's feet and let the dog have a smell. Keep in mind, it may take a while for the dog to understand that the baby is now part of your family, so repeating this process a number of times in the first few days and weeks is advisable. Introducing your cat to the baby may take a little more time. Provide opportunities for the cat to come to you. Don't force it, as we don't want the cat associating the baby with a negative experience. When your cat decides to investigate, allow it to smell the baby while affirming it by stroking and talking to it. Again, you may choose to allow the cat to have a good smell by unwrapping baby's feet. It may take a few weeks for your cat to be totally comfortable with the new addition, so it's important that you affirm and reassure your cat at all meetings. Don't forget, your pets are used to having quality time with you. Find at least 10 minutes a day for quality one-on-one time, and that will help create a happy household. During your child's first 5 years, you must remember that their relationship with their pets will change dramatically. Children certainly don't understand your pets, and your pets definitely do not understand your children. Because of this, it's essential they are actively supervised if they're ever together. And if you can't actively supervise, then you must separate. It's really important that everyone in the family is aware of the rules, including all visitors. This is particularly important when it concerns maintaining pet-free zones. You need to establish that if the gate is closed, then make sure you close it behind you. During the first 6 months, your baby is not going to move very much, so your main focus needs to be on making sure your pet can't access your child. You need to make sure that you have contingency plans for such things as a knock at the door or the phone ringing. Nothing is more important than making sure your baby or toddler is safe. Separate toys are a great idea. If they're used to having their toys in areas where the baby will be, get them used to playing with them in another area. Don't forget, if your pet is used to playing with squeaky toys, they won't discriminate between theirs and the baby's. Remember, babies also make squeaky noises. Once the baby's mobile, there's a whole new dimension introduced to supervising and separating. Toddlers are likely to have a fascination with their four-legged family members, and fur, ears and tail can be attractive targets. As a result, they may initiate the interaction and your pets may not be comfortable with this. So it's important they always have a child-free escape area they can go to. Food bowls, water bowls and litter trays may also become targets and should be placed in a child-free area. Larger water bowls are a drowning hazard. It's interesting to note that the most common actions children were doing when bitten were playing with or patting the dog. Remember, our young children are not steady on their feet and their motor skills are not well developed. Stray or clutching fingers may cause your pet to respond in pain or fright. The other thing to consider is that toddlers are capable of physically hurting our pets, and this may result in your pet biting or scratching just to avoid further pain. You need to make sure you are actively supervising and aware of potential dangers or warning signs that your pets may be giving you. Inappropriate actions may result in your child or your pet being harmed. So with some simple planning and preparation and a commitment to supervise or separate, you will ensure that your child grows up experiencing the many joys of our four-legged friends.